Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK journey video. In this video we're going to be going over the new top team for the Orson Endless Dream Run boss. It is using Harak, and Barbell Sage has managed to get 82 billion damage with this team today. And it is a pretty big upgrade even compared to the previous best Ludovic team. I ran that a few times and I was only able to get up to 73 billion damage, but it also depends on how invested you have the heroes. You can get higher than that even with the Ludovic team. Anyway, the idea behind the team is that Elsa is actually going to be eaten fairly early on by Harak, and it doesn't really matter because in this boss fight, HP per second damage is not going to be reduced by the boss's fury. So even if the boss is up to full fury, it will not reduce the HP per second damage from Harak or Fresto or Smokey, which is the major source of damage in this fight. And so it doesn't even matter if Elsa gets eaten, which is kind of like funny, but she still is the best hero as of right now. Now I'm going to show you the formation first of all, and that is going to be over here, and credit for this formation goes to Hux, who came up with this. The illusion Fresto is in front of the Elsa, so that the illusion gets devoured first by the Harak, and then the main Fresto is in front of Harak, and this will always be the case. You want to give Harak as much energy generation as possible, and resonating spell onto Harak. Mikola is trapped on the side to cause the boss to walk up towards your team, and then Smokey will be able to hit him with his blue aura for the damage. And yeah, we can talk about the charms as well after we take a look at the replay. So let's go right for it. Oh, Splash has also done a run, so we can take a look at that run as well. Okay, so let's take a look at the eating order of the boss. Okay. And I guess the good thing about this boss fight is that you're gonna probably eat the Elsa after the Fresto illusion, which will give more uptime to Mikola for her Courage Sphere buff to increase the haste of Fresto and his illusion to increase their damage. The first Devour goes off onto the Fresto illusion, and that is going to be respawned. And now I believe the next one should go off onto Elsa, who is the next frontmost in the team placement, unless like the HP ratio of the heroes becomes lower. Yeah, and now Elsa is going to be devoured. Now take a look at the boss's fury, which are those like energy balls above around him. It is going to stack up to full, but it doesn't matter because HP per second damage is really unique in the fact that it will deal a fixed amount of the boss's HP regardless of any damage reduction or damage like amplification, and that is why Rainier as well is not really helpful for HP per second damage dealers. But Rainier is helpful when you have damage from your kit or like true damage, which is going to be like increased by Rainier's debuff. Okay, so right now Harak has already gotten 3 kills, going for the 4th kill onto Smokey. Smokey has already casted his blue aura, so it doesn't really matter that Smokey gets devoured right now. And you will have the Fresto and his illusion up for longer to keep casting their Vicious Sting for more HP per second damage as well. And then finally Harak will eat 1 remaining Fresto, illusion, and so it's pretty much perfect. Like the eating order of this boss fight was pretty much as good as it can get. 81 billion with this team, and he did manage to get 82 billion later. And so I think, or no, he got just over 81 billion. But now let's take a look at Splash. Let's see, is he running the same formation? I think he is, yeah. And he now has the arcane charm set onto Mikola, which is important. Sorcery charms onto Harak. So for Harak, there are 2 charms which are seeming to be the best, either Sorcery or Balanced. Both of them do well. Like Sorcery increases his ultimate power and skill power damage, and Balanced charm just gives him raw attack, 21% attack. I do think that like Balanced charm theoretically should be higher, doing better, but Sorcery charm is doing really well as well. And Mikola, of course, you want to give her the arcane charms. Those are going to give her skill power to increase the attack buff onto your team, and also attack to increase her damage, although her damage is very low for this fight. And Fresto, you just want to give him any mythic charms or mythic plus charms, they're just going to give him the raw stats. It doesn't really matter about completing the set effect because sorcery is not going to increase his skill power. And for Smokey, you want to give him skill power charms that will increase the attack buff he provides for your team. And Elsa is actually a debatable one. Let's take a look at the score smashing guy. Okay, he has a different... No, it's the same formation, yeah. But for the final hero we were talking about is Elsa. Yeah, so Elsa charms, because she gets devoured pretty early, people are thinking maybe just giving her raw attack charms would be better, because Harak will gain attack percent based on the amount of attack that the hero he devours has. And so if, for example, Elsa has a bit higher attack, he will gain a bit higher attack on after devouring her. And so I think it does make sense to give her like attack-based charms rather than like the crit damage boost charms, overloaded, which we were thinking would be the best, because now she's getting devoured so early on. I don't think it would increase her damage, but you know, it would increase her damage by a bit, so I'm not entirely sure. Both of them I think would be good. Either way, she's not a major priority. The major priority are the skill power charms for Smokey and Mikola to increase the attack buff they provide for your team. And then Harak charms can be balanced or sorcery. And for Frestor, just give him any mythic or mythic plus charms for the raw stats. And eventually you want to get him sorcery charms, but it won't be a big damage boost. So let's take a look. Okay, change sorcery to balance for Harak and it increases score from 83 to 84. Yeah, it seems like balance is doing better, but it is also a bit down to RNG. There is a lot of RNG in these Harak runs. Like, I guess not a lot of RNG, but the score output is going to be different depending on each run you do. But either way, that is big. Like, I guess he got 83 billion with this replay we're watching right now, and then when he upgraded to balance charms, he got 84 billion. So we can watch that quickly in 3 times speed after we're done with this replay. But yeah, because Harak is just dealing the HP per second damage, it doesn't matter if you're stacking the Fury on the boss, because that damage reduction only applies to non-HP per second damage. So 83.5 billion with that team, with the sorcery charms, and when he changed to balance charms, he upgraded a bit to 84 billion, but again, it could still be RNG related, but let's quickly watch this run as well. And then we're going to jump over to the second best team, which is using Ludovic. Ludovic is really amazing for Orson, and even my plus 10 exclusive equipment, Ludovic is putting in a lot of work, like dealing over 25 billion damage. As long as you have the skill power charms for him, which are the insight charms. So let's see here. Basically the eating order is going to be the same. Next devour should be onto the Smokey in the back. And there we go. And now from this point on, it will just be, we need to devour the illusion, which we are going to, and Harak will just be able to get some last minute damage in. 84.4 billion. So it was like almost a 1 billion boost by changing to balance charms, but it could also be a little bit down to the RNG. But it does seem like balance charms are the best. The raw attack seems like theoretically should be doing the best, because butcher charms are not good, because the HP per second damage that he deals cannot land as a critical hit, which I wasn't sure about that, but it has been like proven. So that's why butcher charms will not be good for him for endless bosses. Okay, so here's the team that I was running. As you can tell, a lot of damage from Frestor and Ludovic. Here's the formation. You have the main Frestor in front of the illusion in the back with the resonating spell on the illusion Frestor, and Ludovic off to the side. So the important charms here are insight charms, most important for this team. This is going to increase Ludovic's damage by a lot. Like pretty much doubling his HP per second damage from his skill 1. Smokey charms, you want to give him skill power. So like whether you get the sorcery or you get the green ones that also give skill power, either one is good, but whichever one you get quicker, you should just try to complete that, and because all you need is that skill power that is going to increase the attack buff that he provides for his allies within the aroma, from 20 to 25% with 5 skill power. For Frestor, he just needs to have any mythic or mythic plus charms. It doesn't have to be a complete set. They're just there for the raw stats that they're providing for him. And else, like then the next priority would be Mikola, giving her the arcane charms for the skill power and attack, in order to increase her attack buff for the team. But we did quite a few runs. There's quite a bit of RNG for this team in order to get your maximum score, but then we got a 73 billion score, which is honestly pretty good. Like, I mean, if you could imagine, like, if we had plus 15 exclusive equipment on Ludovic, that would be a big difference. And if we had, like, Paragon Ascensions, like, because when we're comparing this to the top Harak teams right now, that just got 84 billion and 83 billion, those were, like, almost fully maxed out, like, plus 20 exclusive equipment, Paragon 4 pretty much on all heroes. And this team I'm running here is Supreme Plus, plus 10 exclusive equipment Ludovic, so it's a really good, like, budget option if you have Ludovic built and you have Fresco built, and if you don't have Harak yet, basically. This is going to be the best team that you can run, and it does really well. It's a really good second best team, and it will take RNG though, just so keep doing runs and skipping them until you can get, like, your maximum score. Because my first run, I think I got like 69 billion damage, and I did in total like 8 runs, and only one of them got 73 billion, which is my overall time maximum, which is what we got right here, which is a really good score. So anyway guys, that is going to be it for this video. Hopefully it was helpful, and again, it shows you how dominant Harak is, and that he is a priority to build on your account. But like I mentioned, you can watch the video I uploaded like 5 hours or 7 hours ago, on the new Celestial Hypogean priority order. But to recap it briefly, it is Rainier to Mythic plus first, then Fiestro to Supreme plus 15 exclusive equipment to be able to resummon his illusion, and then after that, Harak to Supreme plus. Because Harak is a must-have, must-build hero, but as you can tell from all the Harak teams, they are all involving a Fiestro, and all involving a Fresco with exclusive equipment plus 15 in order to respawn his illusion. Basically, that is 3 bodies for the Harak to devour over the course of the match, and that is what you need to ramp up the Harak. So that is important. But anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. That's gonna be it for this one. I'll hopefully see you guys in the next video, and until then, everyone, peace out for now, and thank you for watching.